All right, so we got the let's get started. We got the Mount SAC relays today. I'll give everybody about 30 seconds to trickle in because I didn't put this notification out earlier. I literally just did it 3 or 4 minutes before this live stream. So we're going to give you about maybe 30 seconds to a minute. But today has been a very interesting day at the Golden Games. I'm looking for the link to the Carifta games so that I can watch some of that and catch up to it. But until then, we are out there. And don't forget, as you're trickling in, whether you're seeing this now, we're praying. We're praying. We got our Raven Rogers up on the screen. Don't forget to drop a blessing on that like button, the share button, and everything in between. It is very, very important. By the way, you are watching Head and Shoulders ATR, where we cover athletes, performances, and otherwise that are head and shoulders above the rest. Thank you guys for coming out today. This one is going to be a very short one. You guys know that I usually go a little bit long on these live streams. It wasn't really that many events today. This was a little bit of less events for Continental Cup anyway, or Continental Gold Tour anyway. So with that being said, yeah. Let's get this on the screen and then adjust this. Let's see. Why is it having me select something that's not on the screen? Okay. Now we got something going stupid here. All right. How are you guys doing today? Asia Snow said, why would Elaine withdraw? Anyway, my friend Fred Curley is on the verge to be the best male track and field athlete of all time. And that women's 400 meters was so weak. I don't know about him being the best of all time or anything, but if we do give him anything, yeah, I can see. I can see him working hard to get there, and I do believe that he wants to do that. Why is it not allowing me to adjust this screen? Well, whatever the case is, guys, we're going to be working on this. Here we go. Yeah, I don't know about him being the best, but let's go over here. Here's the women's high jump. Even if this doesn't pop up all the way on the screen, you guys can see the results here. Vashti Cunningham with the world leading jump. 1.9 meters. Congratulations to her. Oh yeah, also the announcers pointed out that this was the richest Continental Tour Gold division because they got gold, silver, bronze, and then they got challenger. And I guess it was $250,000 that they could win among all the events, men and women. So hey, they dropping the bag here, and so that's why you see a lot of Americans showing up to this, and it's at home. So that's I mean, that's really good to be able to go down. I think they go down to 8 places where they give out money, and maybe even more depending on the field event and more. So yeah, they said, didn't Elaine run? Yeah, she withdrew the finals. Yeah. She withdrew out of the finals. You guys already beat me there. Rachel McCoy in second, 1.85. That's her season's best. And Tyra Gittens, now from Trinidad and Tobago, 1.8. Now, she was wearing a Texas uniform because we know that's who she's representing right now. But obviously, they are putting this down here for by country and everything. I think this is pretty cool. Vashti Cunningham, this is going to be very interesting seeing later on in the season for her in the high jump. Going to the women's shot put here. Danielle Thomas-Dodd, which is your, if I'm not mistaken on this, silver medalist from Doha 2019. She got 1892. So she got the win here at the Continental Tour, the Golden Games at Mount SAC. So this is pretty good. Jessica Woodard in second, 1877. Season's best. Jessica Ramsey in third. And then I don't see anybody else. Amelia Strickler is somewhat up there as far as Great Britain, but I don't see anybody else that I could recognize. Fanny Roos, okay, from Sweden. Women's hammer. No, they saying Coleman got scared. Yeah, I'll get to him in just a second. Women's hammer throw. Brooke Anderson with the win. 76-76. Cameron Rogers of Canada in second. And Janie oh my goodness. Casanavoid in Casanavoid. There we go. Is probably the more accurate way to pronounce that. In third. National record. Congratulations for Cameron Rogers in second. So that's pretty good. Gwen Berry, man, she did not do as well today, but hey, you know what? That's okay. She got no marks. Probably a few of those she purposely said no mark because she wasn't throwing that well. But one of my former teammates, Gwen Berry, SIU, shout out to the Salukis, to her. But yeah, let's see here. We're going over to the women's discus. Valerie Allman, you already know she's dominating all up and down with this. It would be a surprise if she did not get the win. 69-46. Klinken with the season best for the Netherlands. And then Laluga Tasaga in third for the USA, 61-62. And then there you go. Let's go over to the men's long jump. Then we about to get into the meat of the meat where everybody is really coming in. But I cover every event like I always do. Men's long jump, Laquan Nairn of the Bahamas, personal best with that long jump, 8.22 meters, 26 feet, 11 3/4 of an inch. Wind reading was just on the mark with a legal wind, 2 meters per second. Will Williams with an asterisk mark near the personal best because that personal best was wind. It was just over the legal mark with 2.3 meters per second over. Carter Shell in third, 7.91, and that was way over legal 3.2. I wonder if they have a calculation adjusted one, because this would be kind of weird if, let's say that you get a world record legal mark and then you got an illegal mark that goes over that world record with somebody jumping. How would they do that? And I would say they got to go by adjusting the marks by the win illegal. But I wonder what the USATF and World Athletics rule book say, respectively. Women's 100-meter hurdles. And then I'm going to catch up to you guys' comments here. Don't forget to smash that like button, share. Like I said, leave a blessing on this video when you come by. We're starting to get bots and trolls in the comment section making multiple accounts. They will be blocked. I've already blocked a few of them off the channel. When they start coming here, at first I thought they were legitimate. Then they started saying exactly the same thing in the same manner. They just had to get blocked. You will get blocked off the channel if you start becoming bottish. But I don't care about criticism. But when it's a bot, we're off. But yeah, Kenny Harrison. This was the qualifying round right here, it looks like. Yeah, this is the first round. She came in, wind illegal, 2.4 meters per second, 12:42. Then Tania Marshall, who was the ultimate winner, 12:57 qualifying. Toby Amasan. I'm really pulling for Amasan. 12:57 qualifying. Cindy O'Philly, but now, as she's married, Cindy Simber for Great Britain, 12.6. And then so on and so forth for everybody else. Let me catch up to the comment section here. They said Asia Snow said, OMG, let's talk about the Garcia guy. That 9.88 was a fluke. Hey, you know what? Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you get a real good start. Everything's clicking. And then, you know, it just goes by. Did Coleman not run the 200 Pumpkin 5973 said, got appearance fee and dipped. She, as Bree Wayne said, yeah. You know what? Coleman is in here and getting out. He got his money, he got his check, and then he said, let me get the bag and run. All right, the wind is carrying him. Maybe he wasn't ready for that 200 meter and take that loss if he didn't think he was ready. The way I look at it is, I said Coleman by accident is acting like how Carl Lewis used to act. But it's really Holloway in the 110 meter hurdles. He's like, man, y'all ain't listening to me. You not switching the hurdles around. I'm not running. That's what he did in Bermuda. Grant Holloway is hilarious when he's with that. So they said Asia Snow said he took either fifth or sixth with a 10.16 with a 2.5 headwind. And then let's see, Coleman got scared, withdrew. Norman. Oh yeah, so this is my thoughts on Norman. I'll save that for later actually. Norman looked absolutely blazing and Curly gonna be great. She is Bree Wayne said. Please get to the 100-meter heats. I wish you could start showing videos. Love your channel. Vitario Ospino said. You know what? I would show videos, but that would be on Patreon. I think I want to build up a larger YouTube channel before I start pushing Patreon again. Because I did push that before. It's really just not going to be that many people there. Unless I get at least 10 people on Patreon. And that will probably require at least the channel to double in size from right now. Then I don't really want to do that. But yeah, I'll start covering live videos. Or not live videos, but videos with the breakdown of analysis there. I don't really, because it should be copyright, or I'll just start doing videos and then quickly take down the video right after. What do you guys think about that one? I'll do the video, do a breakdown of that, and then make the video private. But that's because I got some YouTube members that have supported the channel. For the people that paid to support the channel, I will do things for them. Everybody else is supporting the channel with the likes and shares and watching the ads. That's good. I also appreciate that. But what do you guys think about that? The only thing that I'm a little bit iffy about is that, man, Flowtac, they be quick on it. They have people monitoring the channels. They got the little automatic buy, and they'll shut you down in the middle of the stream. I mean, the International Olympic Committee, I made the video tiny, reversed it green with the women's 100-meter final. I don't know how some of these channels are allowed to post these things up, but then I can't. Maybe they got some agreement with them on the background. It should be freedom to do that because of copyright laws. We're doing this because of analysis, not to show a race. But yeah, they say I want to see Coleman run. Let me skip through these. I'm waiting to see Allison Felix run the 4x4 to see her split, to see her fitness. She says she's doing it for fun. I think her saying that she's doing it for fun kind of takes any pressure off an expectation. She may not do that well, but then she can always go back to it was for fun. Because technically last year was her last Olympics, and she's going to retire this year, as is the pattern. Coleman ran anchor on the 4x1, and the 4x1 wasn't shown on television. Yeah. You know what? Let's see. I got to go through the full results. I'm over here looking at these results here for just the main Golden Games instead of the Mount SAC relays. But yeah, I'll get to that on tomorrow's Carifta Games if I'm not mistaken. They said, yes, man, she probably heard about Abby. Okay, let's get down here. Now waiting to see Jacobs 200. Kenny Harrison doesn't do well under pressure. Amusan, please get it together, DeFrancois said. Man, I want Amusan to win so badly. And then you said yes and yes. Favor Philly. Yes, I have a strong Nigerian bias and proud, DeFrancois said. Hey, you know what? You and dang it, the inventor. Dang it, why am I forgetting his name? But anyway, let's go on here. Move over to women's first round. Elaine Thompson-Herah. She just said, I got world leading time. I ain't running the finals. I am not running the finals. I got a hangnail that's coming here. My back is hurting. My leg is hurting. Everything. You know what? I'm a little bit hurt. It's paining me. It's paining me. I can't run the final. So she came and got her appearance fee. She got the bag. And she said, world leading mark, I'm out. Win legal. Okay. 1.6 meter per second tailwind. So it's win legal. 10.89. And she said, I'm out. She said, I'm out. All right. As far as that, you know what? I don't blame her for getting it. It was a little bit disappointing that she didn't show up in the finals because I'm over here trying to see some fast time. But I will have to tell y'all that I was calling for TT Terry. And then I was thinking that Gabby Thomas might actually surprise and take it. But I was like, look, TT Terry, it would be pleasant for her to take the win. She got the freaking win afterward. But look, sticking on this one, Elaine Thompson-Herah, whatever excuse they use for not running the end, they may as well just say, hey, look, I'm coming here to get the bag. Remember that video I said money bags Elaine? Y'all need to go watch that. I might tag it in this video after the fact. Go get your money, Elaine. You got the world leader mark. No pressure. Boom. Get it. Andrea said Elaine was barely trying in that race. Yeah, she looked like she was a little bit, and then after she got into her rhythm, I think about 20-30 meters in, it looked like she was running a little bit harder than she probably should have, or she wanted to. But she just was like, yeah, this is nice and cool. I'm just trying some things out, I'm looking at the butterflies go by, and then she said, yeah, I'm out. Got her bag. So Brianna Williams looked like more of the same right here. Brianna Williams looked like more of the same. She was comfortable in her heat. She took the win. That was a 3.0 meter per second win, so it's not legal. Same thing with Tiana Daniels. Tiana Daniels runs very, very ugly to me, just like Veronica Campbell-Brown. Remember Veronica Campbell-Brown with her legs? They just be all over the place, but Veronica Campbell-Brown could just light up a freaking track. Her legs and arms be all over the place, especially her legs. But that the power that she has on the ground, it was clawing at people. It was like, hey, at her peak, don't mess with her in the 200 and in the 100, because she gonna eat your ass up. But here, Tiana Daniels rocks. Real ugly, like real ugly. She doesn't look like a pretty runner, but Tiana Daniels is very deceptive. And I think if she starts to get her in her pattern, later in the season, she features more than she does early. So I don't really expect much of her. But when she gets in her pattern, even with all the ugly rocking that she does and the strain that she looks like she's doing, she runs fast. She kind of reminds me of a Lauren Williams in that aspect, because Lauren Williams was bottom heavy and looked like she was straining all the time, but she could run. So let's go move over to the pole vault. Then I'm gonna come back to the 100-meter finals there. Let me actually see here. Let me see to the women's first round. I'll read your comments first. They said, I don't know. She looked like she was jogging. Oh, you must be talking about Elaine. And then they said, I definitely thought Gabby was going to win, but no surprises. TT won. She did well in college. I thought Brianna would do more in the final, Andrea said. They said, yeah, Bree choked in the finals. She is Bree Wayne said. Hafiz, hey, Hafiz, shout out to you. You ain't been here in a while, in a hot minute. What was the winner's time in the 100-meter final since Elaine didn't run? I think it was, yeah, they already said it, 10:77. They said Elaine did what she needed to do, although she could have looked smoother. Yeah, that's the thing that I thought. Elaine wasn't looking smooth. She looked like she was trying harder than she should have tried. But overall, I could tell she was jogging. She came by. She didn't have to lean. She just looked... well, this is more the same. That's all it was. There's a funny video of Bolt mocking Veronica Campbell-Brown's running. Oh man, I gotta actually see that. I'm gonna look that up. The Freakwa said, because Veronica Campbell-Brown, I gotta admit, she just looked real funny running on the track, and people would look at her and be like, I mean, as a coach, I'd probably be like, yeah, she's not gonna win anything. Just looking at her, maybe come out the blocks before something. And then she'll be like, whoa. Like, you don't want to mess with her. So, let's go over to the women's pole vault. Look, it's not big names here. So, it's Olivia Groover, 4.5 meters, 14 feet, 9 inches. Rachel Baxter, personal best, congratulations to her. They were going at it. It had to be a jump off, but a vault off, so to speak. Bridget Williams in third. There you go. All the same exact mark, but it went to a jump off between the first two. And then we're going here to men's rounds. I gotta say here for the men, they say I need to see Elaine's race 1089 as a season opener. Tells us how crazy this year is going to be. She and Shelly are going to have us in shock all year. I can feel it. Fee said, I told you I'm back full force once Worlds get here. I am so excited. There we go. Christian Bernal, they already got you. Yes, they did run. I haven't started this until the meet is over. I make sure the meets are over before I come in, unless at least the televised portions of them. So here, Micah Williams with this. Let me say this with the men's 100. I gotta say, I gotta look up who was running the meet, because then I might be able to call him up and start joking around with him. Although he might not think it's funny. If it's who I think it is that was doing the timing for this meet, he might have been flipping some hats. I'll say the nice one, the PG-13, not to come on him, but flipping some hats, to say the least, because he get real serious about that. He runs high quality meets, and when technical issues start, man, he is not a happy camper. But especially because it's time wise, he's timed some world records, like one of Coleman's world records, timed NCAAs, done so many other things here. But I would say maybe the wind was blowing the timer's sensor, because they have a sensor at the end of their gun. And occasionally, I've been at windy meets and I've been timing this. And when it's high winds and it changes directions, like what this was doing, it was like a crosswind or whatever, it might have bumped. And they had to restart the men's 100 4 times or 3 times or 4 times. It really blasted. It really ruined it, because they had to start, then come back. They didn't, because they're on a TV schedule and everything. They're like, okay, you don't really get the rest. It's like, all right, here you go. The first time, 2 of the guys ran 50 meters in. Then it was like, boom. I know how much it takes out of you just to start. And that's 100. That's not like the 400 meter hurdles. Remember McLaughlin and all of them. Like, this is a 100. Your start is pretty much going to determine a lot of your race. And these guys did look sluggish after that. They did look sluggish. Somebody said, please cover the Carifta Games in Kingston, Jamaica. Yeah, I will be covering the Carifta Games. I already promised that. It's over tomorrow. That's why I'm going to do a recap of the full thing. I got y'all covered already. So let me move over to men's pole vault. Like I said, pole vault, my favorite event. Clayton, Fritz, we got some collegiate athletes that they, like Tim Hutchins said, the U.S. is an elite training ground all its own. NCAAs, colleges be producing them. 5.8 meters, world leading and personal best. 19 feet, a quarter inch. Jacob Wooten in second, same exact height, but it went to the count back. Cole Walsh in third. There you go with there. I'm going to move on from that. Women's 800. Raven Rogers, I'm going to do a video straight on her. Raven Rogers on her. 1 minute 58.77 seconds. I gotta say, I think the pace setter kind of slowed down the race slightly. This might have been a 158 low or even a 157 point something. She got the second best time in the world this year. So Raven Rogers, she was pretty happy with herself. She came up, she was like, man, this was good. She actually looked like she was pretty relaxed. There you go, Raven Rogers. And she's very dangerous. If she could get just a little bit faster, Athing Mo, Keely Hodgkinson, will they be able to handle the kick from Raven Rogers? She did it in the NCAAs. She did it to come from nowhere at the Olympics all the way to freaking third. So she's got that dangerous kick. She just got to be closer to the leaders, because I'm telling you. And then Lindsay Butterworth in second for Canada. And then Sinclair Johnson. There we go. Oh, yes. Shout out to Sammy Watson. She got a season's best there. Men's 800. That was more tactical. Man, my man, Ryan Sanchez for Puerto Rico. Man, he took out the lead. Tim Hutchins thought he was the pace setter. He was like, no pace setter set up here. But he took out 52.07. As you can see, a full second ahead of everybody else. He was trying to really just to really take that out and take it to the rest of the field. It was tactical for the rest of them. He was trying to get it, and just at the very last moment in that last 40 meters where you don't really got a time to react, Bryce Hoppel of the USA passed them 147.27. Congratulations to both of them. Eric Sawinski, shout out to you. He keeps doing a lot of pace setting, so this is good for him. He's a pretty decent 800-meter athlete in his own right, but he paces a lot of races, 800, 1500. He be getting the bag as a professional pace setter. So shout out to Sawinski of Iowa, 148.29. Let's go down over to the next races. They said Aji also, Asia Snow said, Aji, yeah, Wilson did run a 159 indoor. Yep. They said, can't wait to see a thing run again. I'm going to do a video on her. She has not looked the same this year. I got to be honest. She hasn't looked the same this year. I've seen so many of her races. As a slight tangent here, I've seen so many of her races that when I saw that 1500 of the mile that she was doing indoor, she had that look in her face, that one telling look between athletes that you can see that something's up. And when she didn't complete the race, I just kind of knew it. I was like, she doesn't have that same bounce to her. Then also they got articles written saying the 400 she just ran is the slowest she's run, I think, in 2 years. So even last year, her indoor opener was not even this slow. But I listened to the interviews that a thing has had. She was like, she didn't have any expectations last year. She ran like every race was her last one. So yeah. Now where are we at? The men's shot put. Daryl Hill 21.68 with the win. Josh Awatunde in second, 21.63. Adrian Paperi, 21.52. Shout out to them. People were telling me they were showing everything else more than the shot put. I guess my coverage of the shot put is the shortest as well. And here's the women's 400. Some of you guys were saying that it was disappointing. It said, some of y'all said it was disappointing. Okay, let's look at this. Jade Stepter Baines with the win, 51.43. Congratulations to her. Hey, look. She came out and she did it season's best. Now, this is what I asked in the Discord group, because I have a Discord, not talking about the NFT one, but the Head and Shoulders ATR Discord. I said, who do y'all think between both would get it, Shamir Little or Dalilah Muhammad? I said, I don't think either one of them would win, but I'm leaning toward Little, right? I've seen Little in person. I used to announce in Illinois. I've seen all of her races there. I've seen her when she was in college. Her 200 and 400 on paper and in reality are faster than Dalilah Muhammad, unless something has changed since the last time I looked. But she is actually a great, or I would say a very good 200 meter athlete in her own right. She just doesn't get it correct when it comes down to the 400 meter hurdles in her form. Dalilah Muhammad died. I was like, look, we need to put some hurdles out there. Dalilah Muhammad would have ran a 51 something or a 52 lower. We need to put some, you should have had hurdles only in Dalilah Muhammad's lane, and then she would have just came out and showed everybody how it was done. She might have got the win. Maybe put 2 or 3 hurdles there, not all the way across. But yeah, she just doesn't have it or the timing until later in the season. But Muhammad kind of does look questionable early on. Just look at her track record, her resume. Early in the season, she's very beatable. She's not like that undefeated type of athlete, whether it's in the 400 hurdles or anything. She comes out, she's very, very beatable. So don't read too much into this for Muhammad. Yeah, they said something off like, oh, yeah, she is Bree Wayne. You must be just hearing me there. When I say something off about a thing, Mo, it's when you look at somebody long enough. Okay, think of it like this. You know what? I got to watch the work. But look at it like this. Think if you're dating somebody and you just know something's wrong with your partner, right? You just know something wrong with them. They're just saying they seem to, their tone of voice, something off on their face. That's the same thing. I've watched so many of a thing Mo's races. There are athletes that I could just tell you before the races started if they on or if they're not. Because she's like one of the athletes I coached before in the pole vault. She had a flat face. Nobody else could tell. This is my athlete I'm coaching. Other people are like, oh no, she could do this. I'm like, no, she's nervous. She's sweating balls out there at the state final. She is sweating balls. This is what she needs. Like, I can tell. But her face looked the same to everybody else. But to me, it's that tiny thing. Yeah, a thing mode. That's what I was saying, something off. Let me get back on topic. They said that Cherokee Young from Jamaica will go sub 49 at World Champ. Shelly and Elaine will both surpass Flojo's record. 10:42 incoming Viterio Ospina said. I don't know about the 10:42 because you know what? A lot of people just like to say random times and junk. I don't see anything like that right now. But going 10:48, 10:49, that might be last year. This year, we got to see what the times are. I can't say what that is because that is a monstrous time. Just like saying the women's 200. Those both are monstrous times. They said none of these times would even make the Olympic qualifying standards like Shanae opened last year with 49.08. You know, everybody don't got the talent of Shanae Miller-Weibo. I give them that. I'll give them that. Let's see. Where are we at here? Women's 400, men's hammer throw, Rudy Winkler. Are they still going on right now? Yeah, this is actually still going on if I'm not mistaken. Right now it's 79-11, or why are they in green? I guess they're still going on. 79 unless it's records. 79-11, Rudy Winkler, USA. Ragnar Carlson of Sweden in second, and then Mexico's Diego del Real Real is in third. There you go with that. The women's triple jump. Katura Orji with a wind-assisted 14.53, well in front of everybody else, even with their wind-assisted marks and everything. Ruth Asuro of Nigeria in second, and then Ruta Lasmane in third. Achilles Smith, I'm actually not even familiar with her in the women's triple jump from Jamaica. Maybe some of you all know her. Now, going down to the men's discus, Daniel Stahl, as he comes, he got this like a sniper. He just like, what's her name in the women's? He's like a sniper. He's coming out 67-65, easy win for him. Lithuania's Mikolas Alekna, 66-61, and then Sam Mattis of the USA in third. Now, let's go over to the men's 400. This is what I think here. Okay, I'm going to say this right now. Oh, yeah, Hafiz Roman said, hit the like button. Smash the like button, y'all. Share, smash the like button. Look, Michael Cherry, this makes sense for Michael Cherry to win this one. Kenny Bednarek was in the lead. He faded and everything. In the future, I think I'm going to try to get screenshots like I used to do at the Diamond League and the ones when I did in the fall. Remember how I got the screenshots and put them up on the screen? I think I might do that. Today, I'm just in between a lot of things. Now, 44-28, world leading mark. This is strong. Michael Cherry, that makes sense. This is what I want to point out. Alison Dos Santos. You know the guy's only 21 years old, right? This is unless I'm wrong with his age. Let me check this real quick. The man's 21 years old. Hold on. Man's 21 years old. You know what this means? He's going forward. Yep, there we go. I was correct. He's going to be 22 this year. The man's 21 years old. He's got a faster PR now, but I mean, faster PRs don't always mean the best thing than Vorholm. This guy is, y'all got to watch him. This is one of our young guys up in the 400 hurdles. Don't doubt this man. He was under the previous world record too in getting third. The 400 hurdles for the men and women are going to be fire going forward. Unless injury or something happens, we find out somebody doping or anything like that. Other than that, we about to have some dominant people. Vorholm's going to have his what it takes against him because you got Dos Santos, 21 years old. I know he may seem older, but the man's been at an elite level since he was a teenager. So yeah. Now, going back to this, Bednarek faded. Bryce Deadman kind of figures out where he's at. But I got to say congratulations to Dos Santos. He lopped the whole second off his PR, 44.54. Let's see what's going to happen here. Will London actually surprised me all the way back here in last? Yikes. So, all the way in last. Let me read some of the comments. They say, anyway, are we going to ignore Norman opening with the 1983 over 200? No, I'm about to get to that in a second. To be honest, I hope he runs the 100 and 200 USA trials. With that start, he can beat Curly over the 100. I thought that was Nick Roberts. Here's Andrea. I thought Kenny did pretty well. How many 44s is this for Cherry now? I know, right? Oh, yeah. Kenny Bednarek, he actually did do pretty well. It was fair for him. He said, it was like, man, I haven't done 400 in 3 years. That was fair. That was fair. Doing a 44 or 45, low, mid-ish level, that's fair. Dos Santos was impressive, the Francois said. The fact that Norman said he was disappointed with the race. Where's Noah Lyles? You on Instagram, please? I need an Instagram. You need an Instagram channel. Easy to share photos and videos of meets. You know what? I don't really do no streaming like that. Unless Instagram. I do have an Instagram. It's exactly my Twitter and Instagram are the exact same name, all put together here at HeadAndShouldersATR. Or actually, my Twitter is HNSATR or something like that. But yeah, you can look up the Instagram, which I really don't even update. But people DM me, and I do see the messages. I check it like once every 2 weeks or 3 weeks. But it's at HeadAndShouldersATR. So I don't show my face. So doing that, I don't know if they allow you to stream the stream or not. Let me go here. Men's 400, women's 100-meter hurdles. Tania Marshall, 12:46. World leading time with a legal win, 0.8 meters per second. Congratulations to her. Kenny Harrison is proven again that it is more difficult for her to handle pressure. But I think that she just didn't get out as good. I don't know if this was a pressure thing. I thought earlier when I saw her prelims that I said, what if she just doesn't have it? I was thinking that in the back of my head. What happens when you just don't have it? I've run, but this is coming from a distance runner aspect or a mid-distance athlete's aspect that, okay, I might not just have it if I'm doing a 100. Like, it just did not show up for me. Obviously, somebody else like her is going to be practicing on her starts and everything like that. But Kenny Harrison, please get it together. You are the world record holder for right now. The way Camacho-Quinn looking, I don't know how long that's going to last. But you're the world record holder. I need you to dominate. Or you could just be looking like this early in the season. But you got to be able to do this. Somebody suggested that she needs a training partner that pressures her. And I think if she doesn't have a training partner that pressures her, I don't know what her camp is. But she needs to get that together because she's too inconsistent. Like this misfire right here, this could mean nothing. Like Dalilah Muhammad, her not doing it early in the season, she's a champion. She also might not even, like Dalilah Muhammad in the past, might not win when she looked good throughout the season. Look back at the 2017 World Championships and everything. She doesn't always do it. It was 2019 and beyond where she was just showing out, right? Or maybe it was before that. But one of the World Championships, she was like the favorite to win. So Dalilah Muhammad has her mistakes too. She was the Rio Olympic champion, and then the next year she didn't show up. So Kenny Harrison, I'm gonna give her some grace, but she got a history of not doing this. They said not the world lead no more. Jasmine Camacho-Quinn ran 12.39 today. Oh, what meet was that? What meet was that she just ran that in? Now, Tia Jones, fair personal best. Congratulations to you, 12:59. Toby Amasan, I'm just waiting for her to do well. I'm not reading too much into this. She looked like she was having fun. I think, isn't this her season opener for the 100-meter hurdles? So fair enough for her. It's fair. I'm not going to be too hard on her, just like with Kenny Harrison. She's just a little bit inconsistent. I can't tell if this is going to look bad for her or look good for her later. They said she trains with Jenna. Oh, really? They said Nia Lee ran 12.5. Interesting. Okay. They said she is Bree Wayne said Kendra looks in trouble. Yeah, definitely so. Definitely so. She ain't looking too good right now. Let me move on to the next event. Y'all will hear it 20 seconds after. I have to change my settings so that you guys are only 10 or 5 seconds after. Men's 110-meter hurdles. Now we got Devin Allen. He made himself out to the he's signed to the NFL. What is it? Seattle that he's going to. But congratulations to him for signing to the NFL and still out here competing. He's bulked up. He was kind of bulky last year, but he's definitely bulked up now, and he still took the win. He pointed at the clock. He didn't care about the time too much. It was a negative 0.5 meter per second win, 13.35. Congratulations to Devin Allen. He's getting his bag, and he's coming out here winning. I wonder if he's going to be one of the medalists, right? And then they get a Super Bowl. Because there's only been one athlete before in the history of this I forget his name offhand. He's got a gold medal. He's got a Super Bowl, and I think he might have set a world record. But I know he got a Super Bowl and a medal at the very least. It could have been a silver, but I believe it was a gold. So Jamal Britt in second, season best 1344. Aaron Mallett in third, 1348. Not anybody else that looks like they stand out here, but Devin Allen was looking pretty good. The Tom Jones Invitational. Let me take a screenshot of that. I'm gonna cover that one. Then we got the women's 100 coming up next. Since Elaine Thompson-Herah and Michelle Lee IE, she just didn't show up, I thought. Not that she didn't finish. I don't know. Because the other lane was there. They had stuff all over the place. I don't even think she showed up for this. Because I watched this. And I don't think she even showed up for the race. So, yeah. But Elaine Thompson-Herah said, all right, let me get the money back. I'm out. Appearance fee, ran a world leading time. They can't say anything like this. They can't say I'm Coleman and I took the money and then I left. I ran and then I left. So Twanisha Terry, very, very pleased with her. I was like, hey, she's back in a way. This would have been like a 10-9 low if this was a win legal mark. I'm not going to go all the way to 0 because if you zeroed it out, I think it is every 1.0 meter per second tailwind is equivalent to a 0.05, I think, if I get my calculations correct. So 10.77 for her. Congratulations with the 3.3 meter per second. Time is unimportant. Aaliyah Hobbs in second. Gabby Thomas in third. Then she came back 15 minutes later, and we about to show y'all what she did. Bob Hayes, there we go. Thank you, Maroon Child. Ronaldo Nehemiah, believe it or not, he is Sha'Carri's agent. You saying believe it or not? What do you mean believe it or not? Because he represents other high-profile athletes and everything. Oh, okay. I get what you guys are saying. Y'all responded to what I said earlier. Thank you. Unless I remember what I read wrong. Poor Tyloo keeps getting fourth. I thought IE pulled up. Oh, yeah. In the final, I think there were 2 open lanes in the final, but IE could have pulled up. I think maybe that's who it was. Brianna Williams. She's kind of inconsistent. I don't know what to think. But, hey, look, early in the season, she don't be looking good. She might be one of these athletes that tank it. Brianna Williams, I got to say here, she might be an athlete that tanks it right here. Early in the season, you don't see anything from her spectacular. And then when it comes to championship or the very important ones, because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. Dalilah Muhammad was like that. If you look back at her 2016 season, nothing really stood out. She kind of won. She kind of didn't. 2019, I don't think she went undefeated. But one of the seasons before that, it was like she was inconsistent. Dalilah Muhammad is one that comes to mind. It was like, yeah, you couldn't tell what was going to happen. Like, maybe, depends on the day. Then she went to just start dominating for a couple of years. That's what it was. Brianna Williams, throughout this, before and after championship, is like, I don't know what she going to do. Any given race, she might do really well, and then she might not. Like, she might do it, but she might not. So, I don't know. Ronaldo played for San Francisco 49ers and won a Super Bowl. He was world champion hurler from Maryland and rivalry with Greg Foster. Oh, yeah. When I reread it again, that's what I said. You responded to that. Thank you for that information. I thank y'all. And then, funny enough, we got the Greg Foster Invitational. It's not my hometown, but at my rival school from high school. We got that Greg Foster, so hopefully we can get some more pro athletes there. I think there were a couple of them that were there. They said, let's see. She is Bree Wayne's. Oh, no. E-Dub said, LOL, you refuse to give up on Brianna. Hey, look. It is what it is, man. I'm just talking about, it's not me. Okay, this is not the bias moment. I'll tell y'all when I'm being biased. This is just me looking at her as an athlete. All right? And then I'm going to move on to the men's 100 after I read these. She is Bree Wayne. Unpopular opinion, but Bree in trouble with them jam girls like listing. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to have to come out with another video after seeing what I saw. This ain't no dig at Otto Bolton. I think he's a great coach and everything. It could just be, look, timing or whatever. But Brianna Liston, the Tina Clayton, Brianna, you got a target on your back. It's dog eat dog out here. Jamaica and the United States are two nations where you got to run hard. And now, obviously, in the USA, our money doesn't go as far for the dollar. So we actually really, a lot of our athletes are running to race. Look, you go get the US dollar, bring it back down to Jamaica dollar. And then you're like, hey, this goes further. I only got to show up a couple of times or go to the euro and bring it back here. I'm looking pretty, right? Because the cost of living is a little bit lower. It goes a little bit further. The USA got to run a little bit more, so sometimes it burns out the athletes locally. I'm glad that USATF is putting some bags in some of these races, so that's good. But Brianna Williams, you got a target. I'm coming out with another video based on that. Men's 100. Now, Michael Williams with the win, 9.83. Not really as important. People were asking about his height. I looked it up. He's 5'8" because they say he looked real short. But I think this is kind of fair for a height for a 100-meter athlete. He's a little bit on the short side, I'd say. But, I mean, that's right in the range where he could be really quick. He's surprised from University of Oregon. So, 2.5 meter per second. Tailwind just over the legal limit. The Rick Snyder Memorial Race. This was Brandon Carnes second, and then Mohamed Fall from France in third. But really, because of how all of that stuff occurred in the first heat, it kind of blew out some of the athletes, in my opinion. Oh yeah, a lot of they said Ronaldo was never world champ. He turned pro before the current world championship was born in 1983. Ronaldo was the world record holder in the 110-meter hurdles and won a Super Bowl ring with the 49ers. Okay, that's maybe what I was thinking. Maybe I was thinking of is somebody else actually that was, and it's before that. It was an Olympic medalist or gold medalist. I covered a video on him, but I can't remember him offhand. It's there. Okay, can I shout out real quick to Mike Rogers? He shows up to every single one of these meets. You see him everywhere. He is track and field. You think of track and field, Mike Rogers is there. I was looking at other people's races. They race maybe 17 to 23 times a year. Mike Rogers, I was looking at him. If I'm not mistaken, he approaches the 40s. And one season, did he get to 60s? Mike Rogers, if you seeing this meet, correct me if I'm wrong. Or this video, correct me if I'm wrong. But Mike Rogers be out there doing all types of racing. He just shows up. Unfortunately, I be thinking that he burns himself out. But his best season came from one of his most run seasons. He raced the most and he did well. So maybe he just needs to do that. I say he's getting older. He should think about racing less. But maybe he just got to race himself in shape. I don't know. They said a lot of people thought Brianna was Jamaica's next big star. She has her work cut out. Yeah, the Francois. Yeah. You know what? I mean, she's got a gold medal behind her. She did her thing at Tokyo. She took out on everybody else. So what can you say? Women's 100 next. Colin Jackson, former world record holder, said he wished Nehemiah stayed in track. The Francois said, I told y'all it was Hayes, Olympic champ, world record, and Super Bowl winner. Made me second guess myself. Hey, you know what? Thank y'all. I got to start giving out prize money again like that. They said, YouTube Street said, Brianna just posted, after a great semi, my back tightened up and my left hamstring was tight for the final. So going to evaluate it and get it worked on. Well, she did end the season injured last year, so we're going to see, but I don't know. Here we go. Women's 200, 1.9 meter per second. Tailwind, so this is legal. Gabby Thomas, I don't know why they're giving her the world leading mark. Maybe because, like y'all said, one person pointed out that the drug testing standards are not the same in the NCAAs. They don't follow the same WADA guidelines that USATF follows that was administered by World Athletics. So maybe they gave her the 22.02, the world leading mark, instead of the 21 time that Favreau Philly ran. I don't know. But as it stands now, for USATF standards is world leading mark. Congratulations to Gabby Thomas, Brittany Brown, Jenna Prandini. Now look, Gabby Thomas, she was dying. When she got to about 80 meters to go, you saw the strain in her face. She was rocking. It was not a pretty look, but she pulled away from them. She pulled away from the rest of them. She left Jenna Prandini, who was second at the time, in the dust. Then Brittany Brown was looking good on the outside lane, as you can see, in lane 9. So yeah, this was a very interesting race. Now, the Francois said, I thought Mike is now running for fun and checks. He might be. Gary Seward said, I feel Brianna went pro too fast. I think I agree. If I had a child, I don't care if they're the world record holder, I'm going to tell them to complete college. I want them to have a college and fun experience if they're going to go to college. Because my mindset is, man, middle finger to college. But if you're going to compete, because now they allow sponsorships, I'm telling my son or daughter, if I don't care if they even got a world record, I would suggest them. They're an adult at the time, they can do what they want. Especially how I raised them, like to be independent. But I would highly suggest them to stay in, have their fun, none of the pressurized things there or anything like that. Just go and have fun. Brianna probably should have gone into university and just did that, but I understand why some people do it. Same thing with Candace Hill. I think some of these people just need to go, man, compete and dominate in a local area and then feel good about that. Not everybody's gonna do pro really well, but you know, money bags, it was different when Brianna went pro. They didn't have NCAA where you could have sponsors, so different. Gabby Thomas, this is looking real good for her. 15 minutes after her 100, she came back in 200. She said she didn't realize it was too this close, but she wanted to have a win legal mark in the 200 before she just basically she gonna wrap it up until the USA trials. So that's what's happening here. Now we're gonna go over to the men's 100. Let me see this problem. They say, I think Gabby has now proved that she's not a fluke. She just needs to get it together on a day. Yep, the Francois, I believe you. E-Dub said, problem with Brianna is the Jamaica factory. The Jam factory is producing talent by the boatload. Brianna, even at the age she is, only has a limited amount of time to prove herself. Yeah, she's better off jumping ship to Team USA. Man, she was born in the United States. At this point, if the way it's looking, it would seem to make sense to go to Team USA, except she's not going to do that much better in the USA. Let me stop on this point, then I'm going to cover the men's 200. Brianna Williams, I'm going to cover this in that aspect. And I forgot about, Michael Norman, because I want to make that comment. But I'm going to expound to this in a video. Brianna Williams ain't going to do much better in the USA if you think about it for qualifying. It might even be worse. Because the way the USA runs, you got to run fast. Sometimes the USA trials might be faster than what these athletes run at the world stage. Not because the track is quote unquote fast, but because of how the competition is, how money is drawn and everything like that. That's where it is. Now, Jamaica does that too. Sometimes they're faster at the Jamaica trials, but it's not the sheer amount of people there. Tiana Daniels, for all we know, could bust out a 10-8 low, 10-7 high, or something like that at the USA trials if it called for it, or something like that. It's that much depth. You might not think it, but it's that much depth in the USA for the 100. It's not easier. I would say it's equally difficult for somebody like a Williams to qualify for either team. So it might even be slightly harder. Isn't that ratification stuff just for world records? Ophelia's time should still count as world lead. Maroon Child said, yeah, I think so. Gabby is going to do something big this year. Gary Seward said the USA is just as stacked as Jamaica. In Jamaica, the ceiling is just higher right now. Yeah, Maroon Child, I agree with you 100%. That was what my point was. Nabra said Shanti Jackson could potentially be racing against the Clayton twins on May 7th. She's the U18 world record holder in the 60 meter. This will be good. This will be good. Now, here, Fred Curley, men's 200. Let's wrap this one up real quick. Fred Curley with the world leading mark, 19 80 with a 1.6 meter per second tailwind. Now, did not tell y'all before. We saw that today. 0.8 and 1.6. Well, actually, 0.8, 1.2, and 1.6 tailwinds are the most common that I've noticed for the top 50 times that I've seen. And here we go again. So when I look at times, I'm going to be like, well, what are the most common times and what are the most likely that somebody's going to race in when I look at times? And here it is. Fred Curley with that world leading mark. I said before this race, Michael Norman should be a 200 meter athlete. Now, he might still be able to come across and do well in the 400. But after he had that interview with John Lewis, when he asked him that question, where do you want to be? Do you want to be with the greats? Are you trying to be one of the legends? Or do you feel like you need to live up to the legends? He said, nah. And then everything else that came out of his mouth was irrelevant at that point, in my opinion. That showed me he didn't have the mental toughness for it. Now, this is what I will say. Michael Norman was the only person to beat Noah Lyles before last year. When Michael Norman came and did that 200, it's like a one-off 200 or whatever, like it's one-off 100, where he ran that 10-8. He came and beat Noah Lyles. Noah Lyles is undefeated except for one time before that, and Michael Norman was the one to beat him. So if somebody can beat somebody that tough in the 200, then he should really just go 1 and 2. 1 and 2, and then try to come back to the 4 like Fred Curley was doing. And then he's going to help himself out. I really think he looked very, very good in this 200. He looked very good. Fluid form and everything. Fluid form and everything. Michael Norman, if you're listening to this video or somebody sends you this clip, I think you might want to consider with you and your coach to add the 200, if you're not going to exclusively do it, to your repertoire of events that you do. You look way stronger in that. So yeah, let me read the comment section here. They said, E-Dub said, well, then it's over for her. Best she could do at Tokyo. The Frank White said, Norman was quite harsh on himself in his interview. It looks like his mindset is changing. I'll get to that one in a second too. Tampa Eagle, shout out to you for being a YouTube member. Gabby, Ophelia, Abby, Elaine Thompson, Hero, Shelly Ann Fraser Price, Sharika Jackson, Dina, Asher Smith. 200 is the bomb and Mboma. Well, according to World Athletics, saying that they are 46XY DSD athletes, in my opinion, from their interpretation, since it gives an enhancement and stuff here, the DSD athletes, which was the regulation that they were doing, 46XY is male, so it would seem to me that they are intersex, and intersex needs its own category, from my opinion. But based on what the World Athletics put out, it seems illogical for them to allow these athletes that are 46XY, which would be intersex male, technically speaking, to allow them to compete at these other events, especially when their data says that their testosterone levels could, there's no guarantee, that's what the HIPAA laws are for, so that we don't see and have an invasion of privacy of human beings, but they could have testosterone levels over males. So from my view, they shouldn't even be allowing them to compete there. Now, that's based on that. So that's like letting I won't even get there. But Fred Curley has real selection headache right now. The Freakwad said, I really want Norman to get a global title. I think he should do the 200. Yeah, as far as that, Michael Norman, if you're listening to us right here, if you hear this, come out and really you should compete. Add the 200 in here. Look, you're 24 years old, about to be 25, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, well, you'll be 24 at the championships. Going on 25, look at your personal best. You got a 19.7 back from Doha. Yes, you got a 43, 45 the same year. Come down, I'm begging you, come down to the 200 and really consider competing in that for real. I want to see you do well. But him being harsh on himself, that could be I'm glad he's harsh on himself. He said he wanted to do better. I'm glad he's harsh on himself. I hope it's not Aaron Brown of Canada harshness, where Aaron Brown is an elite athlete and he's hard on himself because he lacks confidence. I hope this is the I'm down on myself, or I'm harsh on myself because I should do better and I know I'm great. Because after what he said last year, it didn't look like that. But I'm a little bit skeptical of that. I'm a little skeptical. But hey, it is what it is. At this point, Elaine's number one competitor is Mboma. They said, oh, good for her in a 200. But yeah, anyway, guys, they said apparently she's training in the USA too. Everybody trains. Look, I'm telling y'all, the best coaches, y'all be saying it's Jamaica. Now, maybe it's the athletes or something like that for the 100, 200 and whatnot, especially on the women's side. But the best coaches seem to be in the USA. Everybody keep training in the USA. Everybody trains in the USA. Just like people go to Kenya, before y'all say facilities or something, distance runners have gone to Kenya and run in Kenya and lived in Kenya for that. So yeah. Carla72, shout out to you. I haven't seen you in what feels like years. It's been decades in the world of YouTube. Shout out to you. She said, I agree. They need their own group to run in. It's not fair to women athletes, and they need to change it ASAP before a world record is broken. Now, I think they're doing what they did to Caster Semenya, where they were trying to say, quote unquote, collect data, but they're not taking the medals back. I think they're going to be like, hey, this is a little karma. We're going to let y'all medals get taken for a second, and then we're going to ban them. I think that might be the case there. They're like that. They say any male sprinter in the USA that can double should attempt it. The 100 and 200 are super stacked. Only Coleman and Lyles are guaranteed to be in Eugene by virtue of their buys. No one else is safe, Maroon Child said. Yeah, that's a good point. This is a stacked field when it comes down to the 1 and the 2, and this is how it was last year. And then our 4x1 got messed up by a certain I'm not even going to mention it, but our 4x1 got messed up. So we could be stacked all we want, and then it could wind up there. Been very busy coaching, Carla72 said. Hey, get that money, get your team up, make sure they be performing. I don't blame you. They said Norman is too humble, Tampa Eagle said. And then D'Angelo said, well, Shelly need her medal in that 200. Okay, let's settle this right now so that I could settle this while we on the live stream. Remember I said Shelly Ann Fraser-Price. This will be the very last thing I cover. And don't forget to check out the track meet. Oh my goodness, what is the name of Bianca Knight's track meet? Dang it, I've been advertising that so much. Shelly Ann Fraser-Price. Now, and don't forget to go to trackstars.io. We had to delay. I'm sorry, guys. We had to delay the launch. Our developer ran into a snag. The Solana network has been running into issues. They had all of the, we got to like 95% upload of our NFTs to put the button on the website, and then it just froze. And it said transaction incomplete. The developer tried again and again and everything like that, but it didn't work. Now, let's see here. Remember how I said the amount of medals that Shelly Ann Fraser-Price has is trying to go to 20. So, here we go. 3, 7, 8, and 9. That's 17. But I think it's missing one. Let's go to the honors here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So she needs, I don't think that 20 counts the World Indoor Championships, but if it does, that means she needs 1. Shelly Ann Fraser-Price, you all heard it here first. In order to be in the greats like Merlene Ottey, Carl Lewis, Usain Bolt, and Allison Felix. Those are the only athletes that got 20 medals between the Olympics and World Championships. Or maybe it's not Carl Lewis. Wait a minute. I think it is Carl Lewis. But those are the only ones. She's almost there. And I have a sneaking suspicion that that's what she's been going after. Now, I can't guarantee it, but if y'all ever see a stream where Shelly Ann Fraser Price is on there and they allow y'all to ask her a question, I would ask her, are you going after the 20 medals between World Championships and Olympics? She needs 2 more medals. That means she has to medal in the 100 and she has to medal in the 4x1 if she's not going to do the 200. They said, well, Shelly need her medal in that 200. Yep. Oh, yeah, I think I read that before. But yeah, so we settled it right here. She has 18 World Championships and Olympic medals. So she needs 2 more to get to 20. She's right there. And I will be pulling for her. I want her to get a medal. Really, I like to see her win. I like to see champions repeat. I haven't seen anybody else like a standout that I would say, you know what, if they were to win, I wouldn't have a problem. But I like to see champions compete. Uh-oh, my rabbit's sneezing, so I need to attend to her, probably take her to the vet. They don't sneeze like that. You okay, Coco? Oh, you just sniffed something. It sneezed. They said that's why Allison is the GOAT. Yep, E-Dub, and she is Bree Wayne, 100 and relay. So anyway, I will catch you all on the next one. You guys have been watching Head and Shoulders ATR, where we cover athletes' performances and otherwise that are head and shoulders above the rest. And if you guys know where the Carifta Games videos are, like a live stream or something on how to watch that, drop that in the comment section after this video is over, because I'm trying to see that so I can actually view it, so that I can cover live commentary instead of just results. But catch you all